scratching on my laptop, as well as the camera. I will be doing some nail flickering and nail tapping, and I have a couple items around me that I will be bringing into the video for tapping and scratching as well, just here and there. This is obviously the soft spoken version, but there is a no talking version as well if you prefer that, or you can watch both. I love the sound of tapping on this laptop. So I hope that you enjoy it as well. You can see the Apple symbol here. I loved seeing one of your comments in a recent soft-spoken video when I first used these rings after purchasing them at Target, because I had told you that I wasn't sure if I was going to keep them because there were 5 that were like cool like this, and then there were 5 that were just the same and kind of felt like fluff. Like they didn't really add much value, but when I opened the package I realised that they actually looked really cool together and kind of created a ring in and of themselves, and I liked them. And then the 5 that were designed I really liked, so I kept them, and the comment was so funny. It was something like, well, I guess she decided to keep the rings. It was just funny because like you'd watched both videos and I thought it was funny. But like the comment wouldn't make sense to someone else if they hadn't seen that. So I have a couple random items, like I said, and this is one of them. They are these wood flowers. They are so interesting and I like them. I'm going to put this right here. It's like a beautiful bouquet. Look at how cool that is. I like it. I like the sound. And they're just interesting. So each one is a different colour. But I like the, I don't know, the sound this wood makes because of how thin it is. Like I like the thinness of it. And they come in this little wood vase. So yeah, I just thought those were really neat. I wanted to make sure to show you guys. White, purples, pinks, reds, yellows. And what's on here? It looks like someone tried to draw a ladybug of some sort. So I will be changing out my nails tonight to a different pair, and I'm very excited as usual. It's like each pair is so fun in a different way. that I would have a loose, lightweight top to dance in, but for the video I put like a camisole in, so yeah. I just put this on for the video, but typically the whole point is to have less, so it's you just sweat like anything dancing in the heat. Because my dance class is not open again, like still, I mean, and still waiting for it to open, so I have to dance at home a lot. It would be sweaty there too, but I'm enjoying having one more cotton shirt. That's for dance. I like the yellow up against the kind of it's kind of like a neon orange, which is weird that I bought this because I normally would not like this colour, but it looks really nice on my skin tone. It's got more of a pink undertone, which I think is why I like it, and I was looking for something pink, and so I kind of went with this one. But yeah, typically if it was super orange I wouldn't actually go for it. Sorry, I don't know if you can hear, but the AC just turned on. Because, like I said, it's quite hot. Okay, this is just a random item that was sitting next to me when I filmed the no talking version. So I'm including the same items that I grabbed during that video. This is for the window. Kind of like you put it in the window seal to keep the window open, but I liked the sounds that it made. It's just like a pipe made of like PVC pipe. It's sweet that you guys tell me, a lot of you tell me that you like the stories that I tell. That makes me really happy. I just kind of tell you stories, don't I? I don't know that I realised it until you said it, but yeah, I just kind of tell stories as I'm doing my soft-spoken and whispering videos. And so yeah, this made me think of another story, which made me want to say thank you for liking the stories. I had to build an entire, like 2 really giant boxes, like 3D boxes, out of PVC pipe when I was in a dance company years ago for a certain dance, and we used the boxes as like props. Since using it for the dance props, I've used it for other things too, and one of those was that I had this like almost like a canopy thing that I bought from World Market, Cost Plus, and it was this beautiful draped canopy that would fall down, and you could put it like around different things, like a bed, but I never used it for a bed. I put it over the PVC pipe, and I put this giant pillow. I think there's a name. What are those called? Those giant pillows that go in the like circle chairs, and I put that big circular pillow at the bottom of the square. Actually, it kind of like came out the edges, and then I draped that material over it. It kind of like looked like a little mini castle, and I put pillows on the inside. It was like a little fort that I had like in the corner of my apartment years ago. And I would like sit and have like nice quiet times in there and pray in there and like sing and play my guitar. I played guitar at that time. I don't play anymore. I wish I did, but I kind of didn't keep doing it. I played for about, I don't think I've ever mentioned that. I played guitar for maybe like 4 or 5 years. I have a family member who's an incredible guitar player, but he plays by ear, not by reading music, and he did it for a living, and I think that I love always choose to dance over doing an instrument just because I love it just a bit like more, but I love instruments. I've played the djembe, and I probably would have gotten into other instruments had I not had such a love for dance, because it's just like when you have time to put into something and you put it into the thing you like the most usually. So but I did for about 5 years. Not enough time to get like really good at it. Like it was enough time to like build skills, but not like excel, you know what I mean? Oh, I'm remembering why I stopped. It was because of the injury that I got with my nerve. I've told you guys many times, but if you're new, yeah, I just have an injury here that's quite serious. Like I can't, it's a long story, but I have to be quite cautious with this nerve in terms of typing, using a mouse, and actually guitar playing really did irritate it. So that was actually why I had to slow down with that. But I also lived overseas majority of the time that I used it, and I think it was an outlet for processing life and for writing. I actually wrote like a lot of songs which I've never done since or before. It was just like because I was in quite a what's the word, limited, I didn't have a lot of outlets where I lived. It was a very rural place, and there weren't usually. I think I experienced my processing maybe in the car listening to music really loud and singing and worshipping and things like that, but I didn't get that chance because I didn't have a car and I didn't live in a place where that was very common to have. So like I found myself using the guitar to kind of have that outlet and that process. So when I moved back to the United States, I didn't really need the outlet as much. I could get that outlet and processing time in other ways that I couldn't when I was there. So I think that was part of it too. Do any of you guys play guitar? I love a simple acoustic guitar. I love going to like, ever seen someone just simply do a set playing acoustic guitar and singing? Just that, with no other instruments or anything. Like, I just love it. Also, the other video had some Pringles sitting next to me, I believe, but they were a different flavour. I think they may have been, I'm not sure, maybe it was the same flavour. The little ones, the twins that I am staying with for some time, they have that every time they see this, they're like, Face is funny, Face is so funny, whenever they see it in the sky. I really like Pringles. I don't eat them often, but lately I've grabbed them more often. I kind of go through phases of grabbing a few at the store and then I forget that they exist for quite a while. But in the last 5 months I have remembered them, and I try to grab some once in a while. It kind of satisfies the salt craving once in a while. I used to make homemade popcorn like at least 3 times a week. But I guess I kind of slowed down on that, and I increased the ice cream and slowed down the popcorn, so because it was like kettle corn, so it has a good amount of sugar in it with the kettle corn, but it always satisfied that like salt craving too, because there's salt and oil in it. And so since I haven't been making that often, I think that's why I've remembered these exist again. Have any of you guys made homemade kettle corn? It's so good, but I will say it took me about 3-4 times of making it before I kind of honed in on the recipe. I've shared that before, the recipe, but it's delicious. You can look it up online. It's very simple, but the process isn't as simple because it's easier to burn sugar. So you just have to be careful of that, but once you get it, it's very easy. And the ingredients are so simple, just some corn kernels and some oil and salt and sugar, that's it. I'll tell you my recipe just since, we're here just chatting. I typically go ahead and I'm just going to show you this while I share with you. This is just kind of an office supplies thing. I think this is great sound with this plastic. I take half a cup of oil and I place it in a pan and I let it heat up on just a bit, a little heat before the popcorn goes in. Then I place the exact same amount, half a cup of popcorn kernels, into the oil. Once the oil's heated just a bit, I throw that in, and at the same time I throw in salt, just a dash of salt, and you can do 4 tablespoons of sugar. I usually do about 3 or less, and it still is amazing, but I do 4 once in a while. But you just throw those 3 things in at the same time, so prepare them in advance and toss them in at the same time, and make sure the heat's on high, and just put the lid on. The key is that you want to shake it once in a while, and that once the popping, it starts going like pop, 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 pop. Once it's popping like this, turn off the heat right away, even though it's not done. If you think it's not done and the kernels are not all popped, once it's going about like that, turn off the heat and then let it sit for just a moment, and then as quickly as you can, pour it into a bowl and stir it up. Otherwise the sugar will get too hot and it will kind of turn this dark brown colour and it tastes a bit burnt. And you will be surprised, but those last kernels in those last few seconds will all pop, and you might have a few left that aren't popped, but for the most part they will all pop, and you won't be left with lots of kernels, even though it seems like you would, because you turn it off when it's popped about halfway up and you're thinking, well, it needs to pop the rest of the way of the pot, but it just does it really quick. Once you turn off the heat, it just keeps going, just toss it into a bowl. And the dash of salt just brings out the sweetness. So you don't want it to actually taste salty. So it's just a dash, literally. Just put some in your hand, tiniest bit, and just like that. I typically will take a little cup and I'll put the half a cup of kernels and the 2 to 4 tablespoons of sugar and a dash of salt all together and get it ready, so that once the oil's just a bit heated, I toss it all in together, stir it, and pop that lid on. This is what I keep all of my rings in, or most of them. Okay, you guys. It was really nice spending time with you and getting to talk with you a bit, and tell me all your thoughts in the comments. I love going and reading them afterwards, hearing your thoughts on the things I've mentioned. So thank you again for all your support and for watching.